Good afternoon, friends, and this is Assassin's Creed Syndicate for the PlayStation 5. I've played this game repeatedly, and it is my favorite on the 4 and the 5. I recently just completed a novel to be released on February the 4th, and it was suggested that I do a live stream. The choice of Assassin's Creed Syndicate was simple because my novel takes place in 1900, 10 years after the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker. And when it came to environment, mood, style, atmosphere, I borrowed heavily from this game. For example, the Industrial Revolution is fairly rife in this game. So as we take a look from this angle, there are kids in a factory. The hue of orange, we immediately get a sense of wrong here. However, we also have this. And we have a bit of this right here. So it's not just children. We're regular people doing factory work. Is such a thing a curse of technology? Is it simple human greed? Is it the need for machination? These are things that I tried to explore when writing my book. The title of it being D, Mina Harker's Journal.
No one goes in or out unless there's a problem.
I hold the machines.
When it comes to the story, it's a bit forgettable. When it comes to the mafioso syndicate type structure of the game, the antagonists, it's a pyramid type. You have one guy at the top, and you have the other guys at the bottom. And honestly, it doesn't matter what type of game you play or what style. But the creativity one has in attacks, kills, theft, but the environment here is key to imagining. I love it. I can smell the mess of the factory. I can feel the heat of the Industrial Revolution. And that's funny because I'm sitting in a old fucking house right now. But it's an easy game to play and pick up. I'm not high on the Assassin's Creed mythos. To be honest, when it comes to the quote modern day company stuff, I just fast forward. I'm just interested in the Victoriana of it all. I think that's a word, Victoriana. So now we get to have our first assassination. Ooh, scary. And we gave that fellow a nice new home.
Sanitary inspector. This man is dead.
You're the dead man.
And you can also fight.
Teach you how to beg for mercy.
In this game, I have found the key to survival is counter. You can attack, stun, and counter. It seems a bit simplistic, but it's fun. Oh, look at that. That's what happens when one doesn't pay attention. Fuck. I do not like Jacob. I prefer Evie Fry because... she's so much easier to play. There's a smoothness in how she attacks. He's brutal, and he's effective, but in terms of leveling up quickly and surviving, counters and quickness is more important. And in the storyline, she's more thoughtful. And honestly, this isn't a very thoughtful storyline. It's somewhat forgettable. I mean, it's cool to see the Assassin's Creed function a bit like the warrior version of Freemasonry. But what I find most interesting is the architecture, just the shadows. Like, take a look at this. Just from this angle right here. That's evocative. The rust, the orange-colored hues, and as you can see, it's day. But it's a beautifully designed game, and I don't know if this will reach anyone or not, and I don't even know if I'm interesting enough to reach such, but I appreciate Ubisoft and the developers of this game for making it so good. I mean, look at that. Good gracious. The smoke, the steam.
Time to head for higher ground.
And I chose to write my novel fused with the Industrial Revolution, because in some cases I found Stoker's novel a bit dry. And I wanted to, for lack of a better term, moisten it up. Not in the sense of dry crotches. And I haven't played this in a bit, so I have to be careful. And if my accent starts varying, it's because I've done voice work in the UK and the US, and my stuff starts to vary after a while. And I say English things in my common vernacular like mate. I don't know if that makes me weak, or I don't know if it just makes me creative, or I have too many characters in my head. But it is what it is, so one doesn't get confused by what the fuck is this man doing? Or child, man-child, in many cases. Can you not climb up? Jesus fuck. Why is it so goddamn hard to, like, climb up stuff? Okay. Well, let's try something else. Okay. Here is said thing. And we climb up said thing. Jesus fucking hell. Bloody fuck. Okay, let's try this. I'm sure this will be easier. That's what happens when one pays attention to a game. Alright, here we go. Look at that. Read the instruction manual, and one will live. Whoop. There's a lot of swearing in my everyday vernacular, so if you don't like words like cunt and fuck and shit, this might not be the video for you. Look at that. Talking all kinds of smack, and you got your ass whooped, didn't you? Poor fella. I bet his mum misses him. It's one of my favorite things to do is spot a ne'er-do-well and just run right up to it. Later on, the bobbies take a bit of an action. Those fuckers are worse than the military in GTA 5. If one has never seen the bobbies in action, it's a bloody bitch. So, I'm going to end this video because it's my first time. Got my cherry pie. And if you like it, say yes, and perhaps I'll do another. Thank you. Have a good day.